And joining us now is Representative Chris Lee, stopped by to talk about this very issue. And thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And I just want a real quick question for you. Why have this special session? Why not just wait until the legislature would normally resume?
Sure. This issue is really about ending hurtful discrimination in Hawaii and living up to our local values. And the reason that we have to have it so soon is because we have to meet a December 31st deadline to be able to provide all the federal benefits, rights, and tax benefits that folks would otherwise not receive. So it's important that we take that step, do it now. And secondly, because here in Hawaii, we've got a culture of deciding these issues on our own. We're different than the mainland. And the one thing we want to avoid is bringing in mainland money, millions of dollars in campaigns from both sides to try and decide this issue for us.
I know that there's a lot of people on either side of this issue, and they talk about, say, the moral aspects of this, but you've also included the economic aspect of same-sex marriage for the islands. Why is that an important consideration that we should take into?
I think it's a secondary consideration. This is the right thing to do for a number of reasons, but certainly it's one that is important to a lot of people, myself included. The cost of a special session is about $25,000, but the economic benefit, University of Hawaii says, is roughly $217 million over 2 years. And so for us, that means a special session will be paid off in roughly 2 hours of new economic activity, and the rest of the money goes to local businesses, homeowners, everybody else who benefits here in this economy from additional money that would be coming in.
We have a little bit of time before that special session, about a month and a half. So what's going to be taking place for you, for other lawmakers during that time?
So I think the first thing that's going to happen is the governor is probably going to go around and meet individually with lawmakers to tell them why he called a special session, why this issue is important, and really what to expect. But we're going to have, I think, 7 weeks between now and then, and there's going to be incredible debate. I think we're expecting to hear from the public to make sure that everyone's voices are heard on both sides so we can finally put this issue on the forefront and have a vote, because it's been over 20 years in the making at this point.
As so many people talk about those votes, those critical votes, how many are needed? Any idea on where we stand right now?
I think we're in support generally at the legislature, and I think that reflects overwhelming public opinion, which says at this point that marriage equality is the right thing to do. And you're seeing that especially amongst younger generations, amongst folks who haven't spoken out before in the religious community, with more than 60 churches now coming out and saying, based on their beliefs, this is the right thing to do.
Do you worry that because this is such a dividing issue, that even if it does pass, that it will still divide some of the community?
I think over time we've seen with issues like interracial marriage in the past, when that was first passed in 1967, 20% of the American public approved. But in time, folks realized it's the right thing to do. And I think here in Hawaii, we can respect everybody with the values of aloha and everything else that we have here. And so whether or not you're for or against this, I think we come together at the end of the day because it's going to make us a stronger society.
All right, fantastic. Thank you for coming in this morning, Representative Chris Lee, to talk about this very important issue and the special session.